One man held the key to America's entire economy. His name was J.P. Morgan. Imagine a man so powerful that presidents trusted him more than their own treasury, a man who could stop a financial panic with one meeting behind closed doors. He didn't rule America from a throne, but from a leather chair inside his private library. From that room, he reshaped industries, railroads, and even national policy. Power was never granted to him. He commanded it, held it, and bent it to his will. Born in 1837, Morgan grew up under the guidance of a highly respected banker father. He wasn't merely educated. He was crafted, shaped from childhood to think, analyze, and act like a banker. He learned early that money was more than symbols on paper. It was a living system driven by faith and fear. To Morgan, money meant confidence, and the man who controlled confidence controlled the entire economic world. By the late 1800s, America's railroads were collapsing. Corruption, chaos, and bankruptcy everywhere. Companies crumbled, investors panicked, and the backbone of the nation seemed ready to snap. Morgan stepped in, not to buy what was broken, but to rebuild an entire system from the ground up. He dismissed corrupt owners and replaced them with disciplined managers who could restore order. He merged chaotic railroads into organized networks that finally worked together instead of competing destructively. They called the process Morganization, fixing industries, stabilizing them, and inevitably owning them. In 1895, America's gold reserves were nearly empty. The nation was weeks away from total financial collapse. So the president didn't go to Congress. He went to one man, J.P. Morgan. Morgan arranged a private rescue, $65 million in gold, to restore the dollar and save the government itself. Then in 1907, a new disaster struck. Banks failed. Crowds stormed the streets. Panic spread. Morgan summoned America's top bankers, locked the doors, and ordered them to cooperate. He forced them to agree to a coordinated bailout. By sunrise, the crisis had ended. Morgan was more than a financial firefighter. He was a builder of giants. In 1901, he purchased Andrew Carnegie's steel empire for an astronomical sum. That single deal created U.S. Steel, the world's first billion-dollar corporation. The company became the backbone of America's growth, building cities, ships, rails, and skylines. But colossal power brings equally colossal suspicion. Congress accused him of holding more influence than the U.S. government itself. They asked if his power came from money. Morgan replied, no, from character. To him, the real currency of America wasn't dollars. It was trust. But his empire carried a price. Mergers meant efficiency for business, but unemployment for countless workers. Competition vanished. Small companies were crushed under giant consolidation. He brought order to industrial chaos, but not without painful consequences. Morgan died in 1913, but his influence refused to fade. His actions during the 1907 panic directly inspired the creation of the Federal Reserve. His bank evolved into J.P. Morgan Chase, the largest and most powerful in America. And his strategy still shaped the principles of modern global finance. In 1907, when every leader hesitated, Morgan spoke a single legendary sentence: "If no one else will act, then I will." And with that, he changed America forever. J.P. Morgan didn't own America on paper, but through power and confidence, he shaped the nation we live in today.